It's now time for a special broadcast of Real Talk Live. Real situations, real conversations for real people about God, life, love, family, and more. With your host, relationship experts, the Seymours.
Real talk, real talk. Let's have a conversation. Let's talk about God, life, love, family. For real talk, for real talk.
Love.
God bless. God bless. I don't know why I got so tickled. But listen, audience. Listen, my Facebook friends, family, community. Listen, I miss you. I miss you. Well, good evening. Good evening. And I pray that this time has led you with so much joy and favor of the Lord. I pray that God has done some awesome things in your life. For the last couple of months, I pray that you have been healed, delivered, marriage restored, rejuvenated. I just pray the blessings of the Lord be upon you. This evening, listen, my other half is at home mowing the grass, mowing the lawn. Now, let me tell you why he chose to cut his own grass. You know, I'm sort of from old school. I'm from the old school, I'm what you call one of those OG ladies. Well, I was trained up that you never let another man cut your lawn. You just never let another man cut your lawn. Now they say, oh my God, is she going there to see? But it's the truth. Now, if you're single, then you would hire someone to cut your lawn. But if you're married, husbands, it was an old saying of my dad. He said, never let another man cut your lawn. You see how thick and fuzzy and how it grow up and the weeds grow everywhere. And sometimes the weeds get tight and they tighten themselves around a tree. And the only way you can get those weeds from around the tree, you have to cut them. But listen, this evening, hit like, hit share. Listen, there are some things I'm probably going to be sharing this evening with you that you're going to love and you're going to find very favorable. I want to announce to you all this evening, starting on, I believe it's next Wednesday the 10th, 11th, and 12th. I Am Every Woman Too. I Am Every Woman Too. It will be going on over here. It's going to be lit here at the Wisdom Center, located at 720 Glen Street. And I challenge all of my partners and my friends out there, my pastor friends, my apostle friends, my pastor's wives. You really want to be here, pastor's wives. You know, because some of you all, you've been having a lawn man cut your lawn. So I want to invite you all. We have a lot of very good topics that we'll be talking on next Wednesday. Listen, I got some relaxation going. We have rejuvenation going. We're going to have some girl talk, real talk, real language. That's that language where I bring the OG side from the street to the audience. We're going to be doing lunch. We're going to the pool. You're having pool day. That's the out with the girls, out with the ladies. We're just going to be doing some things at I Am Every Woman Conference. That's the 10th, next week, August the 10th through the 12th. And I need you. I need to see your face. I need to know that you're supporting me with your body, not just virtual, not just from the screen, but I like to meet some of you, give you such a great big hug. Some of y'all ain't had no great big hug in a long time anyway. So I'd like to meet you, greet you, and let you feel me. Ask me whatever you would like to ask me. As a matter of fact, if you have anything you'd like to ask me personally today, won't nobody know it but you. But we have that 911 number. We have that 911 number, 833-372-7911. This is saying, Dr. Seymour, I need some answers quick. I need to know something now. Call us this evening, 833-372-7911. I'd like to answer your calls. I have a lot of questions, men and women of God. I got some sons out there that I just love. Ray John. I have some sons out there. Travis Davis. Oh, Apostle Amos. I got some sons out there that love me. Pastor Wanda, Pastor Deborah, Elder Teresa. And where you at, Duchess? Girl, listen. Johnny Taylor said, I found the love. You know, and then that's what's missing. That love language. That love language is missing. But before we go there, because, you know, I jump off from here and there, I'm missing Elvis. I think that's what's happening. That line got his attention. I got to wonder what that line is doing to him, because it might be more further than me. He got, when we called and said, well, baby, we're coming, getting ready to come on. Baby, you want us to do it at home? And I'm saying at home. You know, I'm already comfortable where I'm at. So that meant that lawn had his attention. That's why I'm saying, men, be careful who's cutting your lawn. I don't know if you watched Steve Harvey the other week when what his wife's name? Margie said, the pool boy. And Steve said when he go home, he was firing the pool boy on the spot. You got to watch the lawn man and the pool boy. Understand? The pool boy is a young man, and the lawn man most time is a little settled. So men, if you're watching me this evening, don't take it for granted. You know that, you know, yeah. So I need you to like. I need you to share. I promise I'm not going to occupy your time all evening, but if you like and share, there's so much interest and so many interesting questions. As you can see, I'm not behind the screen today. I'm live in my conference room because we want to get this done and make you feel comfortable. I miss you all so much. I've been getting a lot of inboxes, Facebook, and I want y'all to know how much I really love and appreciate you. Single women, I love you. I feel for you. You know, though I know you're satisfied. You say you're satisfied. But you know, it's the women eagles, lady eagles that protects the nest. A lady eagle will fight just like the lioness. I wonder, do I have any lioness out there? The lioness say, you ain't gonna touch my man, you ain't gonna touch my children, you're not going to touch their food. Now in Mississippi Day, we call it grub. Yeah, God bless you, Joshua. So what I need to see is for you all to like and share. There are 7 languages of love. The first language of love is intellect. You know, be intellectual, be irresistible. Be intellectual, be irresistible. You know, compliment him, gaze him in the eye, and be magical. Yes. Take that hair and twirl it every night. Be magical. You know, let's just be magical. I don't want to get nobody in trouble this evening, but right now I wouldn't care because I won't know it anyway. But it's good. It's good to be magical. Women, it's good to be intellectual. It's good to be complimentary. So these are things that shift in our lives. Before I came on, God began to share with me that to tell these women, and I know I'm talking to men as well, but their Adam is waking up. Adam is waking up. He's stretching. And as he keeps stretching, he's looking, he's saying, I know she's somewhere. I know she has prepared herself for me while I was asleep and while I was being in my purpose. Adam was in his purpose being groomed by God himself. And so we talk about Eve coming out of Adam. But you have to understand, when Eve came out of Adam, love came out of Adam. That's why we love so intimately. That's why we love so affectionately. Because he left Adam with the heart, but he gave us the love heart side of Adam. So we can love dangerously. We can love dangerously because we was created in that. Most of the time, you always just hear about the rib. But baby, you took more than the rib from Adam. You took more than the rib from Adam. Good evening, Sonia. Good evening, girl. You took a part of him. You took his womb. I'm going to be teaching on that next Monday. You took his womb, baby, and you're operating with influence that you don't even know that you got. Yes. Hey, Shop. You need to snatch back your power. I tell them all the time, know who you are. Snatch back your power. You have intellect in you. You have power. Women, we walk in power. They walk in strength. That's why they can pick us up. But that's why we can make them love us unconditional. Are you hearing me? Are you hearing me? Hit like and share. This the Queen of Love is on. And I got a few more minutes because I ain't going to be here long. But I'm going to tell you something. Snatch back your power. Know who you are. Know that you got the love. And it can't be taken from you. Not from, it just can't be moved from you. The 7 languages. Women, we have been graced. Hey, Ray John, I just spoke to you, baby. Hey, sending some love to you. Sending some love to you. I love you. Listen, gaze him in the eye. Most of them can't take it. Gaze him in the eye and say, baby, you know you're the most handsomest man in America. There ain't another man built like you. There ain't another man can hold me like you. There ain't another man can love me like you. There's not another man can call my name. You heard him say, call my name, call my name. So, you know, it's love languages. It's love language. And we need to get to the core of it. Be magical. I love that again. Magical meaning be creative. I'm not just going to talk in here because I got a lot of questions that has been sent in. But I like to teach women. I like to come on teaching street experiences, tutoring the men and women of God. I see you. Call my name, baby. And what I tell them, I'm that, D-A-T, I'm that lady. Now, there are other ladies out there, but I am that, D-A-T, lady. I am the original. Yeah. That's why I'm the Queen of Love. I am the original. So there are a lot of ladies out there, but when you want the original street experience, full of the Holy Ghost, but can tell you something, how to make it happen, and how to make it happen suddenly. Some of y'all been singing too long. We need some suddenlies to start happening. We need to shift the game. I want to know, do I have any game changers out here this evening? Game changers, whether you're male or female, you need to be a game changer. Change the game, not to be the norm, not to be what they're expecting or what they're expecting you to say. I got to be a game changer. I got to change your mind. I got to change your concept. I have to change your views. I have to change the way you do it because I am a game changer. Why? Because I'm that lady. I snatch back who I am. What I might have lost in the past. Come on, women and men. Things and people, relationships that you love that you might have lost in the past. It's time to take your power back. It's time to take your power back and get greater than what you had before. Yeah. See, because we're the ones. We have the power and the authority. And then you have favor. My God. Now watch this. And then you're working that magic. The magic is in your conversation. Most people don't know the strength of a conversation. The strength and the power of a conversation. You could own America. You can meet the richest. Because what we have to know is, I know who I am. Didn't I just say I'm that lady?
That's right.
So some of you men out there gotta say, I'm that man. I'm that man. I need to find me some that's willing to be that man to help change the way that folk have been running the game. Only game changers can run a game. If you're not a game changer, then the game been played on you. If you're not a game changer and you're not familiar with the game, then they are playing the game on you. So that's why I teach street experience and tutor those to bring a balance to the economics of relationships. People don't know balance in relationships. We don't realize the economics that's missing in your relationship. One of the economics that's missing in your relationship is conversation. Yes. When you learn the power of conversation, I saw my son say, I'm that man. That's what I'm saying. See, because I'm that lady and I'm the mother of most of my followers. I'm the spiritual mother. So if I'm that spiritual mother, you gotta be that spiritual man. And don't let nobody take away from you who you are. Don't deny who you are. Don't be ashamed of who you are. Be proud of who you are. Walk in your power. and walk in your strength. God gave it to you. It doesn't matter what other people feel about you. It's what you feel about yourself. How do you feel about yourself? There's a song say, encourage yourself where? In the Lord.
Yes.
Baby, I can do this.
Yes.
So you got to know within yourself that you are more than a conqueror, even in your relationship, even in your dress attire. You dress the way that you feel and where you're going. Shift everything. Take back your control. Take back your power. Tell yourself, look, self, I am more than a conqueror. I am strong. I am powerful. I am mighty. And I can do all things through Christ that strengthened me.
Yes.
I refuse to lose. I refuse to lose. I refuse to be beat up. Because it doesn't matter how you feel. What's important is how I feel. I am that, D-A-T, lady. Now, I know that is spelled T-H-A-T, but I'm very distinguished.
That's right.
So that's why I say that, D-A-T. I am that lady. So I shift, and I'm a game changer. When you're a game changer, you change his finances, you change the minds of, you change his marriages, you change his children, you change his churches. Y'all don't hear me. When you become a game changer, you change the mind and the heart and the concept and precept of people all around you, because you become a real game changer. Somebody got to say, I'm going to change the game now. The way that I used to do it, I'm fixing to refresh myself. I'm fixing to do something I ain't never done before, because I'm that lady. I become a game changer. I changed the circumstance. I don't drive the same car too long, because folk will become familiar with you and know how to follow you in the same car. But what if you just get another kind of car? Because you're a game changer. You're a game changer. Today my hair might be blonde, but do you see those streak of pinks in it? I'm a game changer. I'm telling you. Yeah. Because we have church girls who are married, living single. Oh, I didn't say that. She didn't say that. Her didn't say that. But you got church women, church wives, church sisters, pastors' wives, who that don't have a balance in a relationship, and they are living single, just like single women. You got a husband, and yet you're single. See, I'm sweating because I know I might not better go too far in this, because some of y'all are saying some stuff that make me say some words on y'all, and I got preachers that follow me. So thank you. Because when you're a game changer, you don't have to be married and single. And that's horrible, to be married and single in your love life, in your conversation, in your finances. You can't, that's not order. So to be married and single and lonely.
Lonely.
When was the last time he rubbed your feet and your back or took you to the massage parlor and just told you how beautiful you was? Do he know your favorite candy bar? Talk to me. That's what I'm telling you about being a game changer. That's what I'm saying about being that lady, being that man. When was the last time she told you how sexy you was? I told Elvis the other day, I said, baby, you my play toy. I know, but he is my toy. So that's what I play with. In every relationship, there has to be a toy, whether she's the toy or he's the toy. But I made Elvis my toy. Hey, baby, I don't know, but you out there cutting your own yard. And so, but in the love language, you have to be confident in yourself. Confident in yourself and who you are and where you're going. Never get involved in a relationship if you're not confident in yourself. Because the minute that you show lack of confidence and you're involved in a relationship, it's going to fail. And once it fails, you can't pick it back up again. You can't pick that back up again because you've allowed no confidence in yourself to rule you in your emotions. So your emotions telling you that this is him, this is her, and yet you have not identified with yourself. The worst thing there it is when we don't identify with ourselves. So we think screwing is really making love, but it's not. It's just a sensational feeling that's not fulfilling the need of where you're going. I hope I'm saying something. You got to have identity. You cannot walk and live in an identity crisis because, oh my God. Listen, folks, I'm trying to slow down because this will take me all night. We have to have confidence in ourselves. Don't make love to somebody. No. You can't make love until you're in love. You can be screwing a whole long time, but you can't make love until that is your life soul mate. It's not fulfilling. It's not fulfilling. And when it's not fulfilling, you will find yourself feeling the same way when it's over that you felt before you started it. And don't deceive yourself because you have some emotional feelings over here to think that is it. No. That stuff will bounce. When that stuff bounces, it finds you what? You have landed. And once you realize you have landed, it's hard to get up. It's hard to get up. It's hard to get up. So I'm telling you, if you're that man, you better find your identity. If you're that lady, find your identity and let nothing take your identity from you. Identity crisis makes us feel like we need somebody. You know, you can't do it by yourself. You can't live by yourself. You can't sleep by yourself. And then the worst thing is to be sleeping with somebody and you're still by yourself. I know a lot of women that's married. You might as well be truthful with yourself. But you feel like you're by yourself. He's going into you, but you still don't know what's going on. There are a lot of you that's been married 10, 15, 20 years, 30 years, and still haven't been honestly made love to. You have your body and your mind have never been released, and that's why you can't be healed. Because it's just been a play thing. Now I gotta slow down because I got some people that's got some questions. They keep touching me saying, but another thing I want to talk about the languages, and then I'm gonna get the questions. Touching is one of the most valuable languages that you could have. Touch their forehead, touch their ears, touch her in her chest, touch her in her stomach. You want to really touch a woman, touch her on her back, touch her thighs. Women, touch that man in his chest, touch that man in his chest, touch that Negro in his chest. You know, those are love languages. Negro, I love you. Put a sign on his mirror and tell him, you are my champion. You're the most handsomest man I've ever met. You're the most prettiest woman I've seen. Get up during the night and write a note and leave it on the sink. Oh, y'all better hear me. Put it by his shoes that he got to put on. The man that wear these shoes is the most handsomest man I've ever met. The female that's using this comb is the prettiest female I've ever seen. Those are love nuggets. Those are love nuggets. You know, things to do to shift the game. We need to shift the game. We need to become game changers. Listen, hit like and share. Next week on the 10th, I'll be having my I Am Every Woman conference. And I'm going to tell you something, woman too. And if you think last year was good, okay, we're going to have some sessions at the pool where I can be me, where I can be the lady of love. And if you can't handle it, don't come. I understand why most of you won't come and don't want to be in my sessions. I know. Touch my chest. I told you. Thank you, son. I told you, touch that Negro chest and touch them little knobs that's in that chest. Y'all go catch that. When you touch them knobs, you turn on something. You all been waiting on this. You know you've been waiting on this kind of language. It ain't nobody out there like the queen. It ain't nobody out there like the queen. That's why I'm the queen of love. We changed the game. And wait until I'm talking to you face to face, one-on-one. I can tell you some things. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Most black women don't know about that chest. They don't know about that chest. That man, touch that man's chest and that man's butt. You want something to happen, be a game changer. touch his chest, them two little brown knobs that's in the front, and touch his butt. Be a game changer. Ain't no shame in your game. That's your husband, that's your lover, that's your fiance. That's it. A lot of people say, oh, she always talk about sex. Well, boo, what do you like? There's two things that's running America and the world: money and sex. You got more sex stores around than you got anything. You got more sex stores out than you do marijuana.
So you're right.
Let's not deny it. Sex is what's taking over. You just need to know the sex language and what to do to shift the language. If your husband haven't had sex with you in a week, something wrong. If he haven't tried to touch you in 2 weeks, you better get the hell out of it. That's real talk. But you don't like that. If he's good to stand on jobs for a moment, and you got to watch them when they truck drivers. Got to really watch them because they take showers at the truck stop. Y'all ain't gonna hear me. And the girls be outside waiting outside on him to come in and take a shower, and then take showers with your husband. That's the truck driver, and you think you got it going on, boo. You think you really got it going on. Ha ha. Truck driver, keep driving. Okay, I'm gonna stop.
Dr. Seymour, you are full of it.
Because you know what? It's in the church.
Yeah.
It's really more in the church world because these young girls think they know, and they don't know. These young men, young boys think they know, and they don't know. You don't know. It's time to talk real talk for real people with real situations. You ain't never been married. What's wrong? And ain't nobody tried to marry you yet? Oh, Jesus. Come on, talk to me. If you ain't never been married, you know something wrong. And if you only been married one time and you're divorced and ain't nobody tried to marry you, you got to change the game. Stop going to dinner with those women. Stop doing lunch breaks with those women. You need to be the game changer. I'm fixing to get off this again. I'm talking off the top of my head, stuff I've been talking about lately. No. But I'm stop. Y'all forgive me. If I've offended you, get over it. Just get over it. It's time to heal. It's time to heal. Become that game changer. Dr. Travis, you know we want couples in our churches. We want and so folks say, I didn't know she was an apostle. You darn straight. Where you think my wisdom come from? The knowledge came from being in the game, but the wisdom came from the Holy Ghost. That's how I know all into your marriage and what's not making you happy and complete. Why lay in the bed with somebody 2 weeks and then you know how to heal is forgive. You want to heal, forgive. You want to heal, forgive. That's the process. That's the beginning of healing. And get over it. Get over him. Get over her. Don't allow somebody else to determine your time, your life, your peace, and your joy. We gives it up too easy because we don't have identity. Get in your zone. Learn who you really are. Learn about your own sexual self. Your own sex. Stop saying I don't need nobody. Yes, you do. You want some. Just ain't nobody tried to get it. Stop. Rena is forgiven. That's the beginning of the healing process. It's God, I forgive. Go back to everything that we've been involved with. That is called, and what it's had, it has delayed the process of what God is going to do. Did not I tell y'all Adam, while Adam was asleep, he was going through a process of being groomed for his wife. And Satan knew that while Adam was being processed, he said he had to come up with a scheme because Eve knew she came from him, but she didn't realize the process. So when Adam came up out of his deep sleep, he was looking for somebody that He knew that he had been processed, so it was not hard for him to identify with what was going to supposed to have been his life mate. He was looking for the other parts of him that was taken out. He was looking for his womb, he was looking for his rib, and he was looking for his heart. That's why. Give me some questions. Let me get ready to get out of here.
So, Dr. Seymour, from one of your younger viewers, what advice would you give if you're in a relationship with somebody, been in a relationship for a little minute, but they're always accusing you of doing things that you haven't done?
Why you're in that relationship and you ain't married? I'm not talking to you, I'm saying. Then, see, first of all, I wouldn't stay in a relationship of accusations. Because if you're already in a relationship of accusation, what would be the ending of that? Have they already proposed to you and asked you, okay, will you be my wife or will you be my husband? So if you're already accusing me, why would I prolong my time in a relationship of accusation? A lot of times folk are doing accusations because they have some other agendas, something else that's really with them, something that he, especially if he's doing something, he's going to always be accusing her. Women are always thinking something different if he's at the store too long, you know. But when a man is always accusing, why would you be in a relationship where the accusation has already begun, warning before destruction?
That's exactly. So what advice would you give to a young female talking to an older guy, especially when it comes to getting serious with them and you trying to introduce them to your parents and family and stuff? Like what advice would you give to that young girl and they're actually trying to pursue a relationship with this older guy, especially somebody as mature as? Well,
he would, if he's serious about the younger girl that he's dating, then he should be pursuing her to meet her family. He should be man enough to want to take take the stand of saying, I need to meet your family so that I can know where we're going with this relationship. It shouldn't be about her wanting him to meet her family. It should be about him, because he needs to know her breed, just like she needs to know his breed. You need to know what is in that family. So I'm not going to beg you to meet my family. You should be asking me, when are you going to allow me to meet your parent or your children or whatever? What we don't do is talk about too often and too long is our last relationships. We don't want to bring our last relationships into our new relationship. That's what you don't want to do. But you do want to meet, because sometimes you get involved in these relationships and you find out that there are people in those relationships, in that female's family or that male's family, that you got to consider what you like to have, what you like for that woman that you're involved with to have your child. Because there's so much stuff, deformity and slow people and retarded people. So you don't meet the family and you're getting involved, but your seed is going in her and she get pregnant. So you need to meet the family. He needs to insist on meeting the family. Then take you to his family. But he should meet your family first.
So what's your opinion on modern day marriages? Meaning, when I say modern day, I mean like, you know how back in the days you had the wives staying home and they were doing the cooking and the cleaning, but now modern day marriages are like where you have the husband staying home and the woman is out working and he's doing the cooking and the cleaning. What's your opinions?
I don't think nothing is wrong with that, especially if they agree on that. I find nothing wrong with it if the man is staying home and keeping the children and she's the breadwinner. But what I would find wrong with it is if there's not a balance. The balance is if she's treating him like that's her son, right, because he's home. But if they have an equal balance in that marriage and they both can agree on him staying home, cooking, cleaning, because he might be the better homekeeper.
Right.
My son that passed away 3 years ago, he really was the better housekeeper, but he was still a provider. So in some relationships and some marriages, he might be better to be home with the children. I'm not saying now, okay, so I ain't got to have a job. I'm not saying that. But if that question is being asked to me and that's what they can communicate on and agree on, and they conversate on it. First, you conversate. There's a difference in conversating and communicating. Conversating is meaning what you and I are doing.
Right.
You are talking to me, I'm speaking back to you. Communicating means I'm doing all the talking and you're not responding.
Right.
That's communicate. You can communicate with the TV. It's not talking back to you. So if you all conversate and agree on that, then there is nothing wrong with him staying home keeping those children.
Yeah, that's good. So I think this will be the last question.
Oh, you're good.
Okay, so what is your, and I don't mean to laugh, but what is your opinion on women getting with guys just for, like, for instance, if you have a woman who is getting with somebody who is in a different economic bracket, you know what I'm saying? Like if you looking for the next come up, is that a bad thing? Because as women, you know what I'm saying, we sometimes we go through different branches and we go through life different ways. But if you meet the right man that's willing to provide for you, do you think the love and affection and all that other stuff will come eventually? You know what I'm saying? If you get with somebody just for security purposes.
That's what I tell women, never do it because of security.
Right.
But on my 5 for 5, some of them tried to get me to change it and said that the first thing should be security. No, I need a man that has an emotional side of him, that he can feed my emotions,
right,
my femininity, my affectionate. I think that's the word, affections. I don't need the security first. If I'm going to marry, I need to know that I have a man that's sensitive to who I am. There are certain conversations we're going to have in the very beginning of where we're going. Right. The first conversation is, do I see my twin? Women and men, you're going to know when that is the mate because you talk the same language and you look alike. Whenever there's the same language going forward and we talk the same language, there ain't nothing that's going to be stressful about that relationship. Right. So now we're going to talk about finances, but that's not at the door. At the door is because we both can be broke, but can you heal me? Yeah. I need to be healed. So your money can't heal me. Your money can make me happy, but I need to be healed emotionally from my last, or maybe from my past. My last relationship might have broke me so bad, and I can't tell you about the last relationship. So I need to know, can you heal me? Can you heal my emotions? Can you heal my hurt? So this is what's so vital about going into a relationship. Conversation. Can he meet the need of my pain? The man's first priority is sex, because he has to know that he can get an erection with this female that's going to be an ongoing, everlasting erection. Mm-hmm. That's why sex is priority for the men, and affection is priority from the female. Right. So can you heal me? So like if I'm speaking to my husband, feel my pain, feel what I'm hurting about, feel what I've dealt with. If that Negro can meet you where you are and can feel your pain and heal you with just his words, don't you let him go. Don't you let him go, because he completes you. Whenever you can find a mate that completes you, do what you can do to stay with your completion. I was going to give you some scriptures, but when a man finds his completion, he has a desire. He doesn't have a desire to do anything else. He will do whatever he have to do to stay with his completion. You don't want to be a Samson and Delilah. He thought that he had met his completion, but she was not his completion. She was his disaster, because she only wanted to find out what was his weakness. And when she found out his weakness, she destroyed him, because she brought to him what she got to was, she got to him through sex in his head.
Yep.
Makes sense?
Yes, ma'am.
So that's why Solomon talks about all of this stuff. We have to understand and know where we are with intimacy, the feminine side of me. Know that I'm hurting without the tears. Do I have to cry every time for you to know that I'm hurting?
Yep.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, ma'am.
That's how you know.
That's exactly.
And that individual is going to have the right language. There's going to be a twitch in your belly. It's going to say, this is him. I can't let him go. This is her. I can't let her go. There's a twitch. You're going to find yourself always wanting to be around this person because you love their conversation. Then we talk about money. We don't want to talk about money and you don't know nothing about being affectionate with me. Because you can be one of the wealthiest. I look at, and I say this, I don't know it, but early in my shows last year, a year ago, I told them about Donald Trump. I watched him on many shows, and to me, he was the most rudest man for a female that I'd ever seen. He was not affectionate too. What was her name? What was his wife's name?
Ivana.
Whatever her name, Ivanka. And I would say it on the show, and I got a lot of kickbacks because everybody didn't agree. But he never showed no affection. And I'm sure every now and then, as pretty as that lady was, when you come to the TV, put your arms on my back or on my shoulder and walk me to the stage with you. Don't just let me walk up there by myself. That's no affection. Wow. She made him look good. That's the stuff I'm talking about. So her femininity side, I can't say how they are sexually because I don't know. I'm not talking about that. But I'm talking about the femininity side.
Now, this is the question I've been wanting to ask. I saved it for the last question. What advice would you give to a new first lady?
I do this conversation here. Learn the soul of that man. And when you learn the soul of that man, you will understand him for life. Then you have to ask the question, do that gentleman or that man know your soul? When they don't know your soul, don't know your heart, it will never work. You got to know their soul. Their soul will tell you everything and how to become the man of God's soul mate. Then you will know the language because you learned their soul.
Yeah.
It's not too healthy to get involved in a relationship because he has a lot of success. Success does not speak about the soul of him, nor the soul of her. Y'all better hear me. I'm very successful, but that doesn't speak about my soul. Know what I love. Know how I love God's people. Know how I love the kingdom. Know what I will and will not do as far as the king. Learn my soul. So the advice I would give, I would learn, I would study everything about him. I would study everything about her. Before Elvis and I got married, we would have deep heart-to-heart conversations. I would tell him, no, not this about folk. I would tell him this about leaders. And I had to let him understand my soul because I'm committed to my assignment. When they don't understand your soul and your relationship, it will be a great door buster. Hurt comes when you don't understand the soul. Pain comes when you don't understand the soul. You got to look past their inclinations. You got to look past their weaknesses and see their soul, where they're coming from. What is their purpose? You're saying the first lady. Or my husband is not a first man. He's a gentleman of my ministry. But he had to learn my soul. He had to learn how far to go, where my interest was, what was my focus. So it makes him now, if you notice, they call him the gentleman, because he had to learn my soul. I know.
So we have a live question. How do you get a person
Alive?
a live question? I'm trying to read it the way they sent it if I can. I was trying to remember it for this video.
I pray that I'm keeping you all's views. I'm coming on out of here now because I'm gonna give about one more question.
How do you get a person to see your heart and desire for a relationship and not just see your outer appearance?
The heart comes from conversation. The soul comes from conversation and being around that individual. You can fool us for so long. He or she can fool that other individual for so long. The more that you're around them, the more that you observe them and study their soul. You have to study those people. Now, the Bible tells you to study to show yourself, but we study it. I know it's meaning the scripture, but it also could be meaning study that individual. That's why I know all of my people that I pastor, because I studied them. I know the soul, and I say, okay, in other words, I have to know who would be my successor at the Wisdom Center, because I have to understand the soul of the person that will be my successor.
Yeah.
My successor know my heart and my soul. So they would know how to lead my flock because they know me. If you don't know that individual, that's dangerous. I have to know your soul. So, and I pray a lot of couples that's listening, single women and single men that's listening. This is very, very, very important to know the soul, because folk can say good words to you, but their soul is far from it. Folk will speak good, kind words, but their soul is far from it. Hey, Shanana, I don't want to speak in tongues on this show, but it's the gospel. Know that soul before you come down that aisle. And before you ask them, know his or her soul. Do you know how many unhappy people, men and women of God, that didn't know the soul and said, I do? And now men don't want to ever be married again. That's how you know they didn't know the soul. Because if they had known the soul, they wouldn't get negative now about never ever wanting to be married again. Oh, shot, you better hear me. Yeah. So that's why you got to know what you're tapping into before you touch that. I need to know your soul and understand you. So can't nobody come to me about nothing about you, because I know you. I know you. I know this man. I know this woman. So anybody can't come to me about you, because I studied your soul. Not only did I study your soul, I prayed about your soul. And God took the knowledge that he had given me, the knowledge that I had, and gave me the impact, because knowledge is the impact of God's wisdom. You have no wisdom. You can have a lot of knowledge without wisdom. You can't have no wisdom without knowledge.
Yes.
So that's why it be jacked up, and folks are afraid to seek counsel. Because if you ask me for counsel, the first thing I'm going to ask you, do you know their soul? Then I want to know, do you know their purpose? Then I want to know, do you know his or her assignment? These are questions. That's why you have to have a conversation to understand everything about that person's soul. And then you got to go before God and understand it. I pray I answered that, audience. I pray I answered it.
Yeah, you wrote that.
Looks are deceiving. Looks are very deceiving.
Mm-hmm.
You can never, I tell them, you can't marry because of a shape. You have to marry because of a brain. Never fall in love with the back part of a woman. Always hear her brain. And if she's brainless, then you need to run. If she's brainless, you need to run. A woman is nothing without a brain. Amen.
And
Are there any more questions?
No, man, we're gonna stop them now before they keep coming in.
I know, but it's true. Know their purpose, know their assignment, know their heart. Know and know without a shadow of a doubt, this is God. And know that it is the perfect and divine will of God. Not just the will, because a lot of things could be in the will, but you need to know specifically, is this the divine will of God? I love you all. I'll be back next Monday. I'm getting ready for this I Am Every Woman's Summit beginning August the 10th, 11th, and 12th. I'm taking the women to the swimming pool out at my ranch. We're going to have girl day, girl talk. We're going to eat healthy. We're going to exercise here during each day before we start. And I want to tell you all this. The men are going to pour in us because men pour in. And the women are going to push out at every session. Men pour in and women push out. So at every session, the men will be pouring into us for about 10 or 15 minutes. And God has graced me with some powerful young men that's going to be pouring in. And the women will come behind them after the men deposit that. And the women are going to push it out. I mean it like that. And then we have Pastor Wanda, she's going to take us into affirmation size, where you'll be doing affirmations with exercise. Affirmations and meditations, exercising. Just muscle movements to free your muscles and your joints. Something you haven't freed and done in a long time. Well, we got this outline. We're going to feed you healthy. We're not even asking for a registration fee. I just want to see you here. Feeding your lunch. You don't have to go anywhere else to eat. We're going to have your proper salad every day, something decent to eat. Most people eat seafood. So we just want you to come. By bus, plane, driving, partner up with someone. 3 or 4 of you, come Carlos strong. I need other praise teams to come and help me push this I Am Every Woman to the next level. If you're in the area, even if you're coming from out of state and you got some women that don't mind coming and let's push in this. Women, God has given me what you need. Why not lean on the shoulders of an older woman? I got a book, Leaning on the Shoulders of an Older Seasoned Lady. God has given it to me. Don't be afraid to come. And if you're a songstress, let us know. Inbox us. I got business people. We have ladies that's going to be teaching you about business. We have ladies that's going to be making your face. We got ladies that's going to be giving you massages. Oh, we got this organized. You want some blonde hair before you leave?
Hey.
We got women that put you some blonde hair in. I love y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all. My son, Apostle Travis, I pray you be here to pour in at least 10 or 15 minutes with these ladies. Let's make this. I want to make this an adventure, an event that you will never, ever forget. And if you're interested in becoming a BAP, inbox us with your information. Let's make this happen. Now, look, I love y'all. I've talked long enough. I know I've kept you occupied long enough. My husband is waiting on me too. So what we're going to do, I will see you all next Monday if the Lord say the same. And I know he's saying that. We're going to live to get 120 together, all of us. I love you, ladies. I love you, gentlemen. Love my sons that tune in. I love you all. Thank God for you. Until next Monday, to God be the glory. Remember this. We believe God.